superstitious, but in the long and fruitful history of F1, no
Ew.
hill has ever failed in winning a world title. For example, Graham Hill, Damon Hill and Phil Hill are all previous world championship winners. The Nürburgring is the only F1 track to have hosted 3 different races: the German Grand Prix, European Grand Prix and Luxembourg Grand Prix. Let's hope we see a good effort from McLaren here today. In recent times they've fallen to somewhat of a midfield team. The last time the constructor won a world championship was in 1998. It's almost a given that the drivers on the grid today were kart racing as children, so they could enter the sport with as much experience as possible. It hasn't always been like that though. In the 1950s, the average age of the drivers was 39, with 3 over the age of 50.
Alright.
2019 Chinese GP was F1's 1000th official championship race. If we continue with around 20 to 24 races a year, we can expect the 2000th GP to happen around the year 2064. One of the longest broadcasted races was also one of the shortest.
First cars are going out. Yeah, there we are. Qualifying round 2 of the season here in Australia. Driver starting the lap is very late on the medium compound. The Aston Martin. And he is off in the gravel, just after the fast chicane. So he won't be the first one to the lap time. 8 drivers right now on the lap. Gio going fastest in the first sector. Leonard's near the end of his lap. Is he going to be the first one to set a lap time, or is it Avatari just ahead? About to find out. No, it's Leonard's with a 1:18.7. First lap time, 10th ahead of Tobias. Here comes Gio, who was fast in the first sectors, but not so fast in the middle and final sector, the 1:19.7, as Jamaro got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Fierce Snipe. I wonder what happened there. There is Fierce Snipe, and he is facing a wall without a front wing. So I'm not sure what happened there. But that's not optimal for the McLaren driver. Best way to start your evening. Jamaro invalidates his lap immediately in the first corner. There goes Gisbert to the top with a 17.9. Immediately 8 tenths out of his teammate. Thank you. Ooh, a lot of shape on the exit there. Managed to keep the car on a straight line. Crazy Henky coming round the final corner. But a lap time, not a very quick lap time, but it is a lap time. 21.5. Storpy goes to P2 with a 1:18.2. Was in contention for the win last week in Spa. Just missed out as his tires dropped off near the end. Damien has retired from the session. Has he done it in the pit lane or? Don't see anything on track. No grip right now for Fearful Blade. He is on the harder compound tire, on the medium. Saw him go off in chicane just after sector 2. Just with a purple second sector, 2/10 under his time. That could gain in 2 positions maybe. Same in the final sector though. To the final 2 corners. Oh, when he spins on the exit and has just barely tapped the wall. That's not going to be an improvement for the Aston Martin. Bit too early on the throttle and around he goes. Gonna get back into the pit lane. Get some new tires and try again. So Jamairo has not set a lap time yet. He will now. An 18.3, very respectable lap time. Puts him in P3 at the moment on instead of used softs. He already did a lap before, but of course he invalidated that one. This is with a purple sector 2, but it's not gonna be purple into the wall. But he managed. He didn't retire the car somehow, only lost his front wing. We went onto the grass right after the first of the 2 corners there. And the car just went straight on into the barrier. That's your lap ruined. Gonna need a new front wing. With 10 minutes on the clock, he hasn't set a lap time yet. Oh, Swab Barnes is going fast in the first sector, purple. Don't need to set a lap time. What can he do in the middle sector? Purple again for the Alfa Romeo, 44.6. When going too wide, then he invalidates his lap time. Going a bit too wide on the exit. He will have to try again. Man who was on the podium last week. Very respectable 3rd place at Spa. The 11 drivers have set a lap time yet, and Fearful Blade, well, 1:46. Went off in that lap. He is trying to get a better lap right now. Pretty decent through the final corner. Open the DRS. What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be near the front? Looks like 1:17.8, and it is provisional pole position for the Aston Martin. By only a couple hundredths of a second. Very, very close. See, also one of the drivers yet to set a lap time. The final corner. Gonna be P11 with exactly the same lap time as Gio. Both the 1:19.718. Gio of course set it first, so he has the position over the Ferrari driver. There's Fierce Snipe. High ambitions for this race. Said he needs to do well in quali. Basically avoid the car, and that's what's gonna happen in the race. No, at the moment, he's not set a lap time yet. Through the second sector, basically all full throttle purple, but it's a 51.5, so a couple of seconds off. Senna's not the greatest in English. Nightmare. It is going purple again and again on the exit. Invalidates. It's not gonna be a lap time once again for the AlphaTauri. But Barnes, is he going to be able to set a lap time this time? Like he might for the final sector right now. And he is across the line. It's a 1:17.8 and it's provisional pole position by, again, only a couple hundredths of a second. Right now he is in P1. There are going to be plenty of other drivers who are going to challenge him for pole position. At the moment it's very close, the top 4 go for the win in just over a tenth of a second. Dyno in Ferrari, improving by only a couple hundredths. Could gain him a position though. By 600ths in the middle sector. Then he do in the final sector. About to find out. Final corner. DRS. Run to the line. And it is P10. 10th improvement. Gains some position. Snipe finally managed to set a lap time. 1:19.2 only. It's only good enough for P12 at the moment. With only 2 minutes to go. Might not be able to set another lap time or cool down run. Save his ERS, but he's pushing too hard on the exit and into the wall. And he's out of qualifying, and it's not going to get any better than P12 for him right now.
This was the infamous 2005 US Grand Prix, which saw 14...
Oh, he didn't manage to qualify at the front. Like you said, he was trying to do. We're nearing the end of qualifying. Over a minute, under a minute in this session. All the drivers getting out for their final run. Well, Dano is getting into the gravel trap, but he's not going to be able to set a lap time with only 25 seconds to go. He's nowhere near the finish line. He's on his out lap. All the other drivers are going to be able to set a lap time. But for Jamiro, he just retired. Mercedes crossed the line and it's only P16 for him. Rio is also retired. Now it's gonna be interesting. And Leonard has also invalidated the driver who won in F3 and F4 last week. He's now in P8 in qualifying as JSR goes to the top with a 17.8. Another 78, a half a tenth clear of the Alfa Romeo of Sweat Barnes, who doesn't manage to improve his lap time. Fearful Blade is going wide, and he was improving, but he spins on the exit. He was improving by 2/10, but going way too deep. And loses it on the exit. And I don't think anyone else is going to be able to challenge JSR for pole position. Leonard is in the pits, and yep, that is true, because JSR is on pole position here in Australia. Second race of the season. By just half a tenth out of Sweat Barnes in the Alfa Romeo. And Fearful Blade will have to do with P3. Could have been pole position, but messed up in the final sector. Very close, top 4 covered within under 2/10 of a second. Torpy only in P5. We'll be looking to make up some positions. Gonna be chaotic. I already know it's gonna be. Here we have the final classification. Jamiro and Leonard also have a 5-place grid penalty, so Leonard will start P13. Snag will gain a position. 17 drivers set a lap time. One hasn't. Top 5 within 4/10. The top 3 700s between them. Very, very close here in Australia. JSR on pole position. See if he can bounce back from last week, where I was looking for a podium finish and maybe even a win. in the end it all just didn't go his way. But maybe it can go his way today. We're gonna find out very shortly. Getting ready for race. About to start. And there we go, 5 red lights for the Australian Grand Prix. And a red flag? Really? Oh my god. Really can't be asked with this game. Also, we get also safety car this season. It's a red flag. This race. Amazing. All the grip positions better not change for the red flag. And hope that there's not gonna be a safety car after the red flag. 'Cause this game, you never know. Well, attempt number 2. Now I do not have any spectators. Oh, I do. Well, 2 laps gone already. Lap 3 now. And it's another red flag. Such an amazing race already. A single lap has been driven. I saw drivers with drive-through, so probably gonna have to restart this race. Yep. Please retire, everyone. We're gonna do a restart without red flags. Really is not surprising anymore. So please retire, everyone. We're gonna do a restart. Might as well make a new lobby if not everyone retires. Hopefully they will.
Ferrari takes the #1 spot for almost all constructor records in F1. It's the team with the most world championships won, most Grand Prix wins, most pole positions, and most race entries. Max Verstappen became the youngest winner of a GP at just 18 years and 228 days old.
Yes, and everyone has retired. It's an amazing win for Crazy Yankee on his debut, winning by just 25,000 of a second over Damien, who started 18th on the grid, P17 to P1. Absolute masterclass drive there from the Williams driver. Haven't seen anything like that before. And look how close it is. Such an exciting and long race. That was it. That was the race. We'll be back next week in Baku. See you then. Nope. Nope. It's the majority of the drivers have left, but I'll have to invite them again. Red flags though. Like what has not glitched in this game? Formation lab is glitched, red flags are glitched. Safety cars sometimes. Alright, we're gonna try again. So much fun with this game. If I invite you while you're already in, but screen. Trying to get it sorted as soon as possible. That's everyone I can invite. Always love when your headset disconnects. I love the stream. Who are we missing? These are all valid drivers. Tag to the left, right and center. I think trying to get the quality results. Go. Gracious bear swap boards. Jumairo Torpi. No, wait. 5 place group penalty. Yeah. Torpi. Rio. Viper. Geo. Snipe. G. Yep, that's the grid right there. We can go ready for attempt number 3. I think it was. Ready, ready, ready. Don't forget your setup. Just don't. It's for your own benefit. I swear to God, if we get a safety car right at the start, I'm gonna cry. if we do, just don't overtake. I really don't want to make a new lobby again. Waiting. Always waiting. Yes, we're finally going for the third attempt. There we go, the red lights. Please don't get a safety car. And we're off cleanly, finally. And it's Gracious Bear with a very good start. He keeps the lead into turn 1. Sweat Barnes is gonna have to slot in behind. Behind them is two McLaren Torpy. Trying to go around the outside. Oh, the Aston Martin, a fearful blade into the wall. Made contact with the McLaren. Also, Rio is off in the Haas. It's Gracious Bear still in the lead. That was Sweat Barnes and Torpy. Neck and the Alfa Romeo going wide there. Side by side with Jamaro, almost inside Jamaro. Yesins lagging a bit right now. Cars have gone off. Fierce Sniper's gone off. Oh, that's unfortunate. Down in P17. And Nudonak going for the move on Jamiro around the outside, so close. And he gets ahead in the Alfa Romeo. He has a grid penalty though. 3-second time penalty already on the first lap. Crazy Yankee, 9 positions gained, Sis 8 positions gained. Definitely the winners of the opening lap. Oh, we've all survived the first lap. 28 to go. It's a long race, Gracious Bear in the lead. Sweat Barnes also, both on the medium tire. And something's going off behind and not like onto the grass there. And he loses position to Jamaido in turn 1. There goes Dano around the outside, Team Mercedes. Then it's the two Haas cars. Very close to each other. And Rio trying to go down the inside, it's very close. Ooh, and the Aston Martin almost going into the back of him. And Richie also looking to get through on both of them, maybe. And we've got a virtual safety car. Virtual safety car is deployed. So what has happened? And the Mercedes has lost its front wing. So that might be the reason we get a VSC. Rio has forgot its setup. I even said it in the stream and in the Discord, and you still forget it. Damn. First neutralization of this race. Don't think anyone will be pitting this early on in the race. And we're going again, but F-Deal has got a drive-through penalty. Going too fast on the VSC. Noodleneck is going into the pits after the VSC ended for a regular pit stop. And Fearful Blade is retired. In the final sector, has he crashed or did he retire? I think he has crashed. We won't be able to see him because he is already despawned. Mercedes also into the pits. He lost his front wing. Meanwhile, Gracious Bear still in the lead of this race. Half a second clear of Sweat Barnes. Another half second to Torpy. Is Torpy gonna have the superior straight line speed again? Just like last week. Or has he opted for a higher downforce setup? And there's another virtual safety car. And it's Tobias who has spun around and has lost his front wing. So 2 virtual safety cars in quick succession. Told you it was gonna be chaotic. Well, there you have it. The Aston Martin has lost his front wing. Second neutralization in this race. No one going into the pits. Pretty Henk is going into the pits on lap 3 already. From the soft tires. Is he gonna go into the mediums or is he going to the hards? Medium compound tires and noodle neck. A drive-through penalty. For speeding under virtual safety car. So it's green flag again, the top 4, very close to each other, all within DRS, and it's a big gap to number 5 Viper. Almost 4 seconds behind already on lap 4. He's got the AlphaTauri in his mirror, also Grace's Barris under pressure from Sweat Barnes from behind. Very close to each other. And Sweat Barnes is going to go for the move to the inside, almost onto the grass there. Late's braking and he gets ahead and he takes the lead on lap 4. Is Grace's Barris trying to go for the switchback. Can't find the traction. Gonna have to settle for P2. P also under pressure from the Alpine from behind. The Alpine, Jamairo on the soft tires, the top 3 are all mediums. There is and Viper going for it. Ooh, not much space given between the 2 of them. And Leonard is gonna try to go mega 3 wide. He thinks the better of it. Viper on the inside, Sis on the outside, so close, and Sis takes the position. Viper makes a mistake on the exit. Gets lost and into the wall. Loses it on the exit into the wall and his tires off, and there's a full safety car now. And we've once again got another neutralization in this race. Viper too early on the throttle and straight into the wall. And his race is over. As well for Williams, who need these points desperately. They're last in the overall Constructors' Championship. By quite a margin to AlphaTauri. They needed those points. It's all over as one of the drivers is already out. The 5th lap. And are we gonna see some drivers pitting? Jamairo might pit, you know, on the soft tires. He is not gonna pit. But they're all staying out to the front. And Leonard is going to the pits from the soft compound tire onto the mediums. Gio also into the pits, also from the softs. Probably gonna do the same. Yep, medium compound tire going onto the Haas. He's out again. Richie also going in the pits from the hard compound tire, going into the pits and gets reset as he misses the pit lane. From the hards, and he is also going to change his front wing onto the mediums. He goes. Pierre Snipe also in the pit lane, going onto the hard compound tire from the medium, and he gets released right into the path of Richie. Unsafe release there from McLaren. Very dangerous. Swap Barnes in the lead. Safety car probably gonna go in next lap if everyone closes up to the field. So the top 6 has not pitted yet in this race. Top 3 on medium, but behind them all on softs. There are a lot of medium runners behind them. It's Rio then on the soft compound tire, followed by Richie on hards. Fierce Snipe is going into the pits again from the hard compound tire. He's gonna have to change his front wing. He's also gonna go back on the medium compound tire, so he might not reach the end on those tires. Face car won't be going in this lap because Fierce Snipe is not caught up to the field. I have to wait yet another lap. First lap has to call it to the back, and Rio has pitted again for another set of softs. 21 laps to go. Safety car probably gonna go in at the end of this lap. We're gonna restart this race after the safety car. And there's a 5-second time penalty for Fierce Snipe. He apparently has collided with the Ferrari ahead of him. Swap Barnes. Make sure it doesn't go beneath 70 kilometers per hour. And decides when to go. He's still waiting. He's got to be careful. Fierce Snipe is retired. Fierce Snipe has retired from the session. And he just retired on track. Very weird. Anyway, the race has gone on the way with Swap Barnes in the lead out of Gracious Bear and Torpy. penalties. Jamiro looking to go for a move on the Avatari. Trying to go around the outside. Ooh, they made contact. He gets up into P4 on the soft. Oh, a little bit of a leg spike there. See, after I looked, he was going through a barrier, but luckily it wasn't. There's Tobias trying to go down the inside of the Alfa Romeo. There's not any space. Milan gets forced wide there. He's now almost 3 wide there with Rio and Dino. Somehow they don't collide. They're going side by side through the penultimate corner. Races bear right behind Sweat Barnes. As soon as DRS gets enabled, he will try to go for the move. Trying to work his way up the field. P13 on the grid, and he's gonna easily get past Jamiro. And he's up at the P4 with newer tires compared to the cars ahead of him. To close the gap to the car side, and Tobias has spun around, and there's another safety car. So why is there another safety car? Doesn't seem to be anyone retiring. Tobias has lost its front wing, so that's probably why it got deployed. We've also just been a virtual safety car in my opinion, but sadly I can't decide. Can't decide that. So, another safety car. 2 virtual safety cars, 2 full safety cars. I expected it to be very chaotic, but it's a bit much right now. This is not good news for the top 3. We're still yet to pit. Everyone else behind them has pitted already. Torpy is gone into the pit lane, and he's gone into the hards. So he has pitted. Sweat Barnes and JSR still staying out, but Torpy is dropped down to P13. he's got drivers ahead of him who don't have to pit yet, so he's gonna have to work his way up. And safety car is gonna go in this lap. Gonna get this race restarted yet again. British Bear trying to rejoin the game. Safety car ends. When is swap cars gonna go? There he goes, I think, yep. With a decent margin to the car behind. And he is gone, and Leonard is right behind his team, that's gonna immediately try to go for the move. And he is got past his teammate immediately to start, and brakes very early and kind of lets his teammates through there. I don't know what that was. Just side by side once again. Turn 4. Leonard on the inside. Gracious Bear gonna have to slot in behind and behind. It's all going wrong there. Multiple cars off. The Haas and the Alfa Romeo of Noodleneck and Rio, I believe, are off. And another safety car. We haven't done many laps at racing speed on lap 13, and we've had 2 virtual safety cars, 3 full safety cars. And it just doesn't stop. A couple of cars went off. Turn 4. Swap car is going to go into the pits, as does Leonard and his teammate Gracious Bear, who is going to have to double stack. He's going to lose position with that, so it means that Crazy Hanky is going to take the lead. Lots of drivers going into the pits. AlphaTauri of Sis does stay out, he goes up to P2. Torpy, well, moves up to P3 with that. So it was a very good strategy, and Noodleneck is continuing without the front wing, so that's a very interesting decision made by the Alfa Romeo, as Torpy and Crazy Hanky. Crazy Hanky has been disqualified from the session. What's gone on there? The race leader has been disqualified for ignoring yellow flag, so has he overtaken the safety car? Must have, because he was P1, he couldn't have overtaken anyone else. And if you overtake the safety car on the game, you don't have a lot of time to give that position back. And he's been disqualified, and that's so unfortunate. This means both Williams drivers are already out. And there will be 0 points given to Williams when they are already struggling in the championship. It was the last thing they needed. And after all of that, Sis, who was complaining about a drive-through penalty he got for absolutely no reason. Was last 2 safety cars ago, and he's now leading the race. What is going on? Has to make sure he doesn't drive into the back of the safety car there. Bit laggy. Rip Crazy Hanky indeed. Yo, Jamiro and Gracious Bear going into the pits once again from the soft tires. Onto the soft tires, but 14 laps to go. I don't know if that's doable. I doubt it. And Nuralek and the Alfa Romeo is just continuing on like nothing happened. He's just driving without a front wing. I don't know what he's trying to do there, but causing all kinds of chaos behind the safety car right now. Ooh, and Tobias has had a moment in the safety car. He's lost a bit of his front wing. He's gonna have to pit again, I wonder. Make sure that Jamiro doesn't have to get the position back. And what is... Nuralek is giving the positions to others. No. I don't know why he hasn't pitted yet. Very, very strange right now. And Gio is going into the pit lane. Onto the softs he goes. Tobias as well, also onto the softs, so they believe they can make it to the end on the softs. 14 laps, it's quite a lot. They can make it work, who knows. I really don't know what's going on here. You should just stay in your formation, stay in your order, and don't try to overtake others, just uses everyone. Safety car in this lap. Gonna try again for the 5th time or something. This time it's Sis who can decide their speed, when to go. Safety car is not in the pit lane yet, so he's gonna have to wait a little longer. Another penalty for Nuralek. He's got 38 seconds of time penalties. It's a wonder that he hasn't been disqualified yet. And he's collided there with Tobias, who just straight up hit him into the wall, and Nuralek does a reset the track, and it's all going wrong here. Meanwhile, the front has gone. Sis out of Torpy and Swap Barnes. Swap Barnes and Torpy both on the hard compound tire. Torpy's gonna try to go for the move around the outside in turn 4. Gonna be able to make it work. Not a lot of room between the two drivers. And Torpy is gonna have to slot in behind. Try again later. Position changes everywhere on the field. Torpy gonna try to go for the move here on the inside, and he blasts past the AlphaTauri. For sound there for the McLaren. Just looking to go for the inside, but thinks the better of it. Don't want to go down the inside of that chicane. And those speeds, very dangerous. Meanwhile, Leonard is also caught up to them. Gracious Bear is looking to catch up to them as well, on the softs of course. I wonder how long those will last. Trap Barnes looking go for a move on Sis. Lots in behind the AlphaTauri in turn 1. Trying to go for the better exit. Maybe, but it's now Leonard who's trying to go for a move on him. Down the inside of turn 4. And they're going wheel to wheel. And Ronak has finally been disqualified. Took him a good while. And there's been an incident and Sis is around. Sis is into the wall. Did he make contact with someone or did he spin on his own? I didn't see properly. Doesn't look to have damage though, but he drops down to P8 after being in the lead after the safety car. Restart. Now it's Torpy in the lead. 1.5 seconds ahead of Leonard, who has moved to P2. Sven Barnes now under pressure from Gracious Bear. He's going to try to go down the inside. And he makes it work, and he's now up into P3. How long will these soft tires last? That's the big question. There's still 11 laps to go in this race. DRS has now been enabled. We haven't had this many racing laps in succession yet in this race. Well, I'll say that Tobias is struggling to get into the pit lane there. Torpy on the hard, followed by Leonard on mediums and Gracious Bear on soft. The top 3 all on different strategies, different tires. Gracious Bear has the fresher and fastest tire, and he gets past his teammate without any issue. And I bet he's gonna do the same to Torpy. Right now these soft tires are the best. He has the advantage right now. But for how long? And that's Gio is out of this race. Right in sector 3. He has retired. And looks like he has crashed there on the straight. That's pretty weird. And Gracious Bear has taken the lead there into turn 1, and he's now up at the P1. Gets past Torpy, who's now also under pressure from Leonard from behind. He's gonna have to go around the outside of the McLaren. Torpy brakes much later, still going side by side. Not much space between the two drivers. Torpy round the outside. Bending. And with success. He stays in P2 for the time being. But Leonard is gonna have to try again here. This time with the DRS. Torpy won't have DRS. He's not within a second of Gracious Bear anymore. This time Leonard gets past very easily. And he's up at the P2 and it's a Red Bull 1-2. Just like last week. Red Bull looking very good in the race. Torpy and Sven Barnes of course on the hards are struggling more than the mediums or softs. I don't know what's going on here, but please don't. Sure what they're doing. Trying to do. Gracious Bear has Leonard right behind him though. So are these softs already falling off? As Jamiro is out of this race as well. So what is going on? Once again in the final sector. And Rio's gone out as well. They're all retiring out now and Rio's on the exit. He's into the wall and his tire was off. So another DNF and Tobias he is waiting for the Mercedes. So I don't know what's he trying to do, but probably gonna get banned. Whatever he's gonna do. Meanwhile, Leonard is going off the grass, side by side with his teammate. Tried to go for the move, but a bit too optimistic there. And Leonard went too wide onto the grass, and Gracious Bear retakes the lead. Now Torb is trying to go down the inside. Doesn't quite make it work. Gracious Bear still in the lead with 8 laps to go. These two are still doing something they shouldn't do. Meanwhile, Torpy has lost a position to Swap Barnes, so did he make a mistake? The exit, I wonder. Torpy is now out of the podium. He's got the oldest tires of the field, of the top 4. What are they doing? Meanwhile, Leonard is trying to line it up again. Swap Barnes has lost the DRS to the top 2. And Tobias spins as well. For good measure, he's already ruined this race. Just gets even worse. And the two rebels going side by side. Gracious Bear on the outside, Leonard on the inside. And he takes the lead on lap 23. Gracious Bear trying to go to retake the lead. He's at the outside line in turn 4. Trying to break as late as possible, but Leonard on the inside manages to hold position. He's not looking to drive away from his teammate. His spare tires probably falling off. 8 laps are those soft tires. There, Gracious Bear trying to go around the outside, that's not gonna work. Leonard goes deep, Gracious Bear for the switchback. Wheel to wheel the rebels side by side once again. I've seen it so many times, last week as well. Gracious Bear trying to go for another switchback there, no, not quite, has the DRS now. Does he have the better exit? Looks like it. Deploys the DRS. Pulled to the side, on the inside, and he gets past his teammate. Gracious Bear retakes the lead again. They're just going back and forth. We're late with 6 laps to go in this race. Yes, Ryan, that is very true, always clean here. Especially in Australia. Leonard once again right behind his teammate. Ooh, all out of shape though on the exit. That's gonna prevent him from trying to go for a move on the straight. Leonard with the DRS again. Behind them, Torpy and Swap Barnes also fighting for the final podium spot. Moment, Gracious Bear just about holding on. Leonard, ooh! His rear wheels locked in turn 4. Lost a couple of tenths there. But Barnes also looking a bit out of shape there. Through turn 5. 7 tenths is the gap, so Leonard. See how much he can catch up with his teammate on the straight. With the DRS of course. Three tenths, 4 tenths. Another DRS zone right off, 4 DRS zones on this circuit of course. Bit of a moment for Gracious Bear. Coming out of turn 11. And Swap Barnes on up the inside of Torpy and he's up at the P3. So they're both fighting here. 2 Rebels for the win. Swap Barnes and Torpy for P3 in this race. Final podium position. Leonard once again with the DRS on the main straight. Turns 1 and 2 once again with the DRS. Tenths is the gap right now. How much can he close up this time? Gracious Bear on 11 laps old soft tires, still hanging on there. Just 3 laps to go in this race. Somehow the tires are hanging on. Tenths is now the gap. Is he gonna go? Not gonna go for the move just yet. Maybe on the exit if he gets a better exit. Tobias has retired in pit lane. Not about time. And Swap Barnes has got a 3-second time penalty. That's gonna cost him a podium. Probably if Torpy doesn't get a penalty. So that's crucial for this race. Swap Barnes might lose that podium with only 3 laps to go. Less than 3 laps to go. Closing in Torpy, he has got past Swap Barnes now. And it's right behind, but just can't find an opportunity to get past his teammate. Just not getting close enough every single time. Just 2 laps to go. Which of the 2 Red Bulls are gonna come out on top? Is it gonna be Gracious Bear or is it gonna be Leonard once again? To make it 2 in a row here in the F4 as a much better exit. He's that much closer this time. Gracious Bear not defending at all. Leonard has got past and he's into P1, taking the lead. Bit wide for turn 1 though. Gracious Bear trying to go around the outside. But it's Leonard with the DRS, so Gracious Bear He's gonna stay behind him. Ooh, there's slight contact between the Red Bulls and Leonard is forced wide. And he's dropped down to P4. The two Red Bulls have collided. Gracious Bear on the inside, Leonard on the outside. Slight contact, Gracious Bear going very wide there. And now Torpy's gone into the lead. Out of nowhere, the race is turned upside down with Gracious Bear trying to go to the inside. He gets past Torpy again. Who is the DRS? Looks like it's Gracious Bear with the DRS, so he can hang on to P1 for the time being. He must sweat Barnes, trying to go around the outside of Torpy. Torpy's down to P2 now. And there's Leonard again, trying to go for the move on Torpy. And now also Sweat Barnes. Round the outside, Sweat Barnes breaking way later. And he goes down the instant of Gracious Bear. And Leonard has locked his rear wheels and he's spun around. Sweat Barnes also made contact with Gracious Bear. And he's down to P3. Torpy back up into P2. As we head into the final lap, it's chaos at the end of this race. Who's gonna come out on top? Right now it's Gracious Bear, Torpy to the inside in turn 1. Slight contact, Gracious Bear going a bit wide onto the grass. Torpy now with the switchback and the DRS. And it's got past Torpy into the lead. Gracious Bear slots into P2. Sweat Barnes with P3 with that penalty will stay P3 right now. So Leonard is 4 seconds behind, 3.6. That's going to be very close. He's also very close to the back of Gracious Bear. Not trying to go for a move there, that will be very dangerous. Gracious Bear 5-6 stands behind Torpy. Torpy with 17 laps old hards. And Gracious Bear also with 14 laps old softs. But those hards are better than the softs right now. The final sector, Torpy just has to decide the final sector and Gracious Bear now gets a penalty as well. It's not gonna matter in position, but doesn't mean that he can win this race anymore. Oh, Leonard going wide, and that's just ruined his chance of finishing on the podium. He's gonna finish P4. Now through the final corner. Against all the odds, with the chaos in the final laps, it's gonna be Torpy across the line to win in Australia. Torpy wins out of Gracious Bear and Sweat Barnes. Leonard is gonna have to settle for P4, but it's the McLaren on top. After a very chaotic race here in F4. He didn't manage to win it last time out because of the tires, but this time he does, and he comes out on top to take the win here. Incredible battle in the final few laps there. The two Ferraris, P5 and P6 again, good points for them. And Sis is gonna finish P7, no matter what. Mercedes in P8, a couple of laps behind. So well done to Torpy, winning here in Australia. Gracious Bear P2 with the fastest lap 120.2. No one's ever come close to that. Sweat Barnes for the second race in a row finishes P3. Leonard P4. Dino in the Ferrari P5 out of Richie, his teammate at P6, 18 points once again for Ferrari. Sis in P7 out of Fdil Tate. Was classified, he isn't even classified. Tobias in P9 and Rio in P10, but they retired earlier on, so they won't get the points. So that was the Australian Grand Prix of Formula 4 in JSR. Next week we will be back, but then we will arrive in Azerbaijan, in Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Probably gonna be another chaotic race, but we'll see that next week. But for now, that's been it for tonight. Thank you all for coming to the stream, and I hope you have a nice evening. So that's been it, so bye bye.